Lord.
Hey, can you hit that clock?
Really glad to see you. Really glad to connect with you. And it's been an honor. Uh, but I think you are used to all these salutations. And saw a lot of your podcasts and really decorated portfolio you got.
Yeah.
So, congratulations on your home gym as well.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Yeah. So, and mm, uh, although I'm accustomed, very aware of your journey, but
Yep.
if you can just give me a little rundown
Okay.
of your memory lane.
Absolutely. I got you. All right. You want to go ahead?
Sure.
All right. So yeah, I was a prior U.S. Air Force combat controller before I became a UFC fighter. But altogether, I've been a lifetime martial artist. I've been fighting martial arts since I was so I think I started when I was like 7 or even before that, 5 years old. Off and on, obviously, like every other kid, hop in, do martial arts, jump around, do other sports. Main sport that I did growing up was hockey. I played competitive high school hockey, and that's like really was my goal. I wanted to go play in the NHL or play college hockey at least when I was a kid. So that's what I did. I went to different schools for all that stuff, and I would just do kind of martial arts on the side. My senior year of my high school hockey game, my last game of the game year of the season, or last game of the season, I went to go hit somebody and blew out my shoulder, and that kind of screwed up my plans and ideas, kind of go do that path. So I was kind of sitting around, did what I always did when I wasn't playing hockey. Jumped in the martial arts gym, started training, and back then this is like 2011. So like, the UFC was kind of big, but it wasn't, as big as it is today. I didn't really, know too many big fighters to be honest.
Which year
And
are we talking about? Sorry.
what's that?
Which year are we talking about?
2011 when
Okay.
when I started fighting. I didn't really know anybody big, back then. Joe Lozon was the biggest gym trainer around here. I started training with him a little bit and learned jiu-jitsu. I didn't really have too much jiu-jitsu. Took my first fight when I was 18, right when I graduated high school, and didn't even know what I was really getting myself into at that point. And I got addicted to the sport and I loved it. So I stayed around Boston, for 2 years after I graduated, just fighting, training, doing amateur fights, kickboxing, Muay Thai, any of that thing. To the point where my parents kind of got on, got on my back, like, all right, what are you gonna do with your life? You can't just, be a fighter forever. You got to go figure out what you want to do,
Yeah.
and that kind of led me into the Air Force to do special operations, to be a combat controller. It's just it's special operations, so you could do a lot of training. I like that kind of stuff. Get to do cool stuff, jump out of planes. I like the working out portion, the challenge of for the athletic part of the job, and so I started training for that. End up taking kind of 6 years off of training to be a combat controller, which was awesome. And like I said, like I tell people this all the time, is that's kind of what made me a really good fighter. Never mind all the martial arts training I had when I was a kid. It was like the experience of becoming a combat controller and the grind and learning how the mental toughness and learning a lot about myself going through that kind of training. Um, it helped me out. So when I became back to fighting after I decided to get out of the military, I feel like I just got way better, way faster, just was able to learn better and just, pieced enough wins to get to the UFC. You know what I mean? I thought it was pretty really cool. Yeah. Getting out of the military, I was 27, 28. 28. So, it's kind of older. So still made it to the UFC at that age.
Hmm.
So I should be 27. I was 27 when I got out. So yeah, still made it from the UFC when I was 27 to I'm 33 right now.
Hmm.
And yeah, man, it's been a ride. It's been a good run doing all that. Learned a lot about myself. Obviously my UFC career didn't really go the way I wanted it to. But just for the accomplishment of actually making it happen and getting there is a big accomplishment in its own. So I'm pretty proud of that. But
Yeah.
yeah.
So, are you getting calls from Bellator or PFL or BKFC or
Um,
Karate
I
Combat?
so right now I'm focused on my gym and coaching, and then additionally I'm getting a job as a firefighter in Fall
Okay.
River, Massachusetts, and apparently near Boston. So I'm gonna get through the firefighter training because I need to secure it's money wise, you can't. It's hard to rely on fighting and stuff. So, I'm gonna go through that training, and then after that training, I get my schedule down and figure my yeah. I'm definitely
Yeah. So did you
I already got the itch. I already want to get out there. You know what I mean? For sure.
right? So did you fight with the from Air Force as well? No.
No, I did a couple boxing fights while I was in the Air Force. Nothing crazy. Like it was like, charity events or like stuff like that. I did fight local MMA in Washington State while when I knew I was getting out. I came
Mhm.
back to fighting, started fighting at the end of my military career. I took probably 3 fights while I was in. Um, Trained up there in Washington. I learned a lot. I actually got a good opportunity of where I was training in Washington to I was training with this guy, Coach Micah B. I don't know if you ever heard of him. He's like pretty well known, but I was training with him. That was a good spot to start,
Mhm.
and then yeah, came back home, moved back to Boston, trained at Lozon's for a while, and then I started training with the cartel, the New England cartel.
Mhm. So, it's a little, we are already into it, but thanks a lot for your service
Oh, thank you.
on both domains because I think MMA fighters are unsung heroes, what goes behind the scene, and their rise even to the point of UFC takes a lot of emotional resilience as well as, coaching and, fitness and mental conditioning and so many other sacrifices, especially on the family side and relationships and friends, so you have to live a very strict life, and I think nothing less than the military.
Yeah, 100%. So it was good. If all that stuff was a good transition. You know what I mean? Moving to martial arts, like even though I didn't. I think that 6 years of doing the military training, it was really good. Like I wasn't taking a lot of damage, getting hit in the head. You know what I mean? And I was like able to mature as an adult, but yet still stay very physically active and all that. So
Right.
it kind of preserved me. Probably gave me a better chance, honestly, to help me get to the UFC. I don't know. Maybe it would have been way better if I just didn't go into the military and fought.
No, I think the thing is the beauty of life is not about playing safe, but experimenting and
Yes.
enjoying what you want to do. And I think fight is in your persona. And so,
Yep.
what martial art did you when you were young? Karate?
Karate, yeah, I was American Kempo mostly. And then I moved to a Taekwondo school.
Uh-huh.
That kind of became a MMA school. Like my Taekwondo, they started doing jujitsu and stuff at my Taekwondo school, and they kind of transitioned completely to an MMA,
Mhm.
Lakeville MMA. Yeah, so yeah.
Mhm. So, you have any BJJ training at all?
Oh yeah, I mean I trained so that's where my BJJ actually started is in Lakeville. But
Mhm.
me and my sensei
Mhm.
we would go to after class we'd go to Joe Lozon's gym,
Mhm.
and so I started training there in like my sophomore year of high school. So
Okay.
at night, you know what I mean, doing jujitsu at Lozon's, and
Okay.
then when I joined the military, I did quite a bit of jujitsu. Just like I don't know, I'd pop in like places here and there. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Like obviously, that wasn't my main priority. I was like a regular gym member, see somebody that with no intentions to fight or anything like that. So I would pop in gyms where I could. But then I started training with this kid, Carlos Lazoya, near
Yeah.
the end of my military, and he helped me out so much with all my grappling and everything. He really helped me out.
Because I saw your fights and you were really fast in all these grappling and
Yeah.
the chokeholds and everything,
Yeah.
and that's your speed with which
Yeah.
you put it is like just like Qatar yesterday.
Yeah.
You have this commonality, both of you, that you are very lightning fast. Because usually what happens is that people go for a setup and then
Yeah.
they ride and then they keep punching and distracting and then they do it, but you were really on to it. And I was wondering because I have a martial arts background as well. I have
Yep.
a black belt in Bando. It's a Burmese martial arts.
Yep.
Yeah, and my teacher was one time number three in the world and very well renowned and respected and champion in Thailand,
Yep.
and in Japan as well. Hall of Famer here in the US as well. He
Nice.
trained FBI and other, in Pakistan. So I have, now, you are having your own training facility and home gym, mom gym.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have, because I've been thinking about this business model for a while, and since
Yep.
you are connected and you have exposure to how the business is conducted, and I
Yep.
feel it's reaching a point of saturation because the hype is more, and then the way fighters are compensated, and
Yes.
the entire compensation model. Because I just was talking to ChatGPT and I asked, and they said that it's 12,000 for showing up for a fight and 12,000 after the fight.
Yeah.
So yeah, so which is like, you guys put your everything on the line, and
Yep.
in many cases, when it comes to knees and elbows, it's more dangerous than combat situation,
Yeah.
because at least you have gear to protect yourself. So
Yeah.
then again, just like in 1950s, they said that no, this smoking is fine and everything and blah blah blah, and now we are finding the effects, and same is about. I think video gaming as well, the decreasing attention span. And
Yep.
same as, you guys provide us so much entertainment, but at the same
Yep.
time, it's a blood sport. And there is a heavy price in terms of health. And we have already seen so many things happening recently, uh, like Rampage Jackson, and we have a history of WWE as well. So and then we see this emergence of new business model with Jake Paul. and
Yeah.
so I have a business proposition for you. I'm working on an app, uh,
Okay.
where a fight app, an MMA app, and
Yep.
which they'll be crowdfunding, and people can choose their fighters and
Okay.
invest in their fight, and then in the end they get compensated. It's a combination of crowdfunding and bidding and
Yeah.
gambling. And
I like it.
so yeah, so I'm gonna discuss after that, after this
Yeah.
podcast.
Definitely love to hear that.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah, and maybe we can, because I'm still working out on the mechanics and the formula as to
Yeah.
how, for example, what's happening is that right now is that most of the PPVs come from, for example, the reason Conor McGregor was so famous was because his PPVs are off the hook.
Yeah.
Same as with Sean O'Malley, and but on the flip side, if we see the Raish, then his PPVs are not so much, but he ends up winning and taking the line share.
Yep. It's
So
crazy.
yeah, so the business model, and then I have felt myself as a better on
Yep.
DraftKings, that I sometimes feel that UFC is is in beds with the bookies. And
I think so too. I
yeah,
don't know. I don't know. I don't know, but it's.
yeah, I mean,
I've seen some bad. I've seen, or the judging at least. I think the judging is. I don't know if it's the UFC or the judging, or if those are all connected. I
well,
don't know.
I like to add a little bit from my portfolio, that I worked with with Professor Anwar Chaudhary, who created this the latest boxing system, and he was the chairman of IABA, International Amateur Boxing Association, for many years. And he used to tell me the stories of how the Russian mafia and the Italian mafia, they want to control IABA and get the chairmanship of that. So
I
there
think
was.
I think that's why they don't want to change the rule set. Like the judging, like the judging, it doesn't make sense for MMA. The way they judge the MMA does not make sense really for MMA. It's boxing rules. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? They
I
judge
know,
for
I know.
boxing in MMA, like
Yes,
so. It's like a very subjective. Like how what is a takedown and what is
yes,
a takedown in a shot? Like there's no ranking or betting or point system. It's just like oh, I kind of feel like that's a 10-8 round.
yes,
It's like what?
yes. That's true.
This
That's true.
doesn't make any sense. Like in three people and three judges, like oh, is it three or is it five? I don't know, but still, it doesn't make any sense.
Yes, because there is the reason is because there is no federation for that. There is no
Yeah,
sports federation for, because UFC is a promotion, but
yeah,
it has become a sport now, and
yeah,
there is no regulating body. like in every sport, like FIFA,
Yeah.
boxing. And the reason it's based in Vegas is because it's the gambling capital of the world.
Yeah.
So
100%.
yeah, so because I am a tech guy, I am an app developer, so I see
Nice.
things from algorithmic side, and
Yeah.
sometimes I feel that I posted a bet, and then the numbers keep on changing, and sometimes it doesn't take the bet, and sometimes it gives me a different result as well. And
Yeah.
I see a symmetry between, like you said, the judges and UFC becomes totally oblivious of it, saying that it's the local judges, so we have nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
But
they're never fighting. They're like, oh, that's a whole different body. Like they're acting like they're never fighting the commission or judges or anything.
yes,
It's crazy.
yes,
It doesn't matter how bad the calls are.
yes,
It's
yeah.
crazy.
But then I see Customato everywhere, as well. So I don't know how it's local only. But what I'm trying to say is that we are living in the age of social media and Instagram
Yes.
and X, and you have a huge following, and so many other underground fighters, they have lots of following, and
Yes.
it's for us to monetize, because at the end of the day, if you have to promote your own fight, then why don't you just remove the middleman and
Yeah.
just promote your fight yourself, and have your fight anywhere, and relay it live on YouTube, and anybody who has invested money in your fight is going to definitely see it, and
I,
there will be streams as well. So we need some sort of a reinvention of the business model,
yep.
because it is dated, and it is getting saturated, because it's a logistical nightmare. You have fought the fights in the arenas, and you know how cumbersome it is to arrange the arenas and decoration and lighting and all the setup.
Yep.
And at the end of the day, they can then justify, for example, the latest lawsuit of $500 million.
Yep.
So that's also a sign that there was a level of unfairness that was going on.
Yep.
Think it's time that we deploy the technology in a way where, if for example, if people are backing you more, so at the end of the fight, if the for example, the market decides how much, for example, if you get generate 80% of the revenue, and
Yep.
other fighter generates 20% of the revenue, and then you can the winner takes 25%, and the loser take 10%, and then the amount people have invested, crowdfunded in you, can be split in whatever amount they have invested in you.
I like that.
Yeah, and bigger the and more people will be directly emotionally invested as well, because as you might know that it has become very ethnic. There
Yeah.
is African fighters, there are Dagestani
Irish.
fighters, there are
Yeah.
Irish fighters, of course.
Yeah.
There are European fighters, there are Arabic fighters, and then there is, of course, the entire world of BJJ in Latin America.
Yeah.
So there is a tremendous potential, and people want to interact. People want to send you gifts, but they don't know how to send Connor Matthews, for example, if they like your fight, if they want to send you a watch or whatever XYZ stuff, they don't know how to reach out to you. So once you will be aligned through your Instagram or your X account and promoting your fight, and
Yeah.
they are directly on an app, they are investing money on you, and they are once you win or lose, they get automatically, through an automated system, they get their amounts. Then there'll be more engagement, and then of course all these, because we have to acknowledge that very important fact of UFC success is how they promote their fighters, how they hype them, and how they showcase them. So when people will be invested in a different level, then multiple people can create your can promote you as well,
Yep.
your vicinity, your fans, all the Irish crowd, they're going to back you up.
I love that. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Sounds like a tremendous idea. I think, it'd be really good for the fighters. I wish, like I said, yeah, you're right. It sucks. It's unfortunate that the guys can fight on national television, probably get millions of dollars betted on them and then only walk away from the fight
Yes,
with $10,000.
exactly.
So. It's
And I mean,
crazy.
it's not respectable. And
Yeah.
of course, then even all these show times and all, they are making money through advertising.
Yeah.
Again, is a model that is slowly expiring, and we have to take matters in our own hand and make sure that whoever is involved gets the due share.
Yep.
And like you can see how Jake Paul became a millionaire overnight, fighting with oldies, and just basically banking on their legacies. So,
Right.
yeah, so I think I am
Smart.
working on it, and of course I'm gonna show you as I develop the screens, and
Yep.
because the model is very important because it's bidding, it's crowdfunding, as well as maybe there is some shadows of gambling as well. So we have to regulate according to the local laws as well. So we
Right.
can probably start from New York or Massachusetts, but we will figure out once our the basic structure in terms of the formula that we are going to apply in terms
Yep.
of division of the crowd fund. And at least we'll be able to promise the baseline pay for both the fighters, and then over and above that, the bonus will be the whatever fight money you guys generate, then you can split it up. Right now, it's as they say, Dana White privilege.
Yeah.
Whoever he likes and whoever he is impressed by, and in many cases, some people are coming from public records and very grassroots level, like Alex Pereira and a lot of other fighters who have their upbringing was very uh, unprivileged, so to say, underprivileged. So this will give level playing field because I go to the UFC gym over here, and I met a fighter, Jessica, and I asked her, if she's with any promotion. So I think she fought some fights with Bellator as well,
Yep.
and then I see a lot of people practicing over there, grappling and working on their craft basically. And where is all this talent gonna go?
Yeah. I don't know. It's
I mean,
hard.
I
It's
already think that,
crazy.
yeah, I already think UFC has signed too many people, like 500 fighters on the roster.
Yeah. And
Uh,
they're just gonna sign more because this year with the Contender Series, I heard they're gonna have like double the amount of fighters, or next year for the Contender Series or something like that. That's crazy.
it's because the demand is there, but that's not the formula to uh,
Yeah.
to because you cannot manage it logistically. How are you
Yeah.
going to have more fight because you are not engaging these fighters? You
No.
know, so
They're only paying every fighter like so. 90% of the business is guys they're paying $10,000 $20,000 a fight, and
yeah,
they don't care. They'll keep them for like 3 fights, and then they don't win whatever. If they lose a couple, like cut them. You know what I mean? Depending on what they've drawn for crowds. So they don't,
right,
so you know what I mean? If you're not bringing in putting asses in seats, it's not
right.
really.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I mean,
the thing is that 30,000 works in is a good amount in Mexico.
yeah,
You know,
yeah. It is
it's a
exactly.
good amount in Dagestan. It's not a good amount in the US or
No,
in England or in Europe or in
yeah, no.
Scandinavian. So it's what I'm saying is that it is slowly going towards saturation, and
Yeah,
sooner than later there will be a congressional inquiry as to they're in bed with the batting companies.
yeah,
But again, I of course I everything is there because of UFC,
yeah,
and one tried really hard, entering the market through Amazon Prime and all, but the way they showcase and they create the stories, the backgrounds and how they promote their fighters, UFC is amazing. But in terms of insurances and in terms of
yeah. I
people,
agree. They
yeah.
actually, yeah, they're really good at building up hype for a fight and putting on a show, and yeah, they're the best at that stuff for
Yes.
sure. Yeah, and building storylines, and I even think everybody who worked for the UFC who I dealt with so far has been awesome
Yep.
personally. You know what I mean? Like the PTs, the nutritionists, the strength and conditioning coaches and all that branch and that you know what I mean. The even the people that pick the fights and stuff, have been good. I've been lucky with Dana White just because I got three. I fought in front of him 3 times before I was in the UFC.
Right.
So you know what I mean.
You
But
you're
I
good
got
as well, it's not just about exposure.
yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
yeah, I mean, and also the thing is that Connor finally got an Roadhouse recently. I think most of the fighters are fully eligible for modeling, for movies, and I think
Yes.
they're taking this fight thing way too seriously. Then
Yep.
and for example, I can do a docudrama sort of a film with you as well. Showcasing your real life story, whether it
Yeah.
is military, whether it is being unemployed, and uh,
Yeah.
criticism from society, coming back from the war zone, and
Yeah.
with the trauma and with PTSD, and then managing everything and maneuvering life, and then looking towards fire fighting. So
Yeah.
it's quite a journey of a roller coaster.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, I see people, Cowboy Cerrone and other people, in the movies, and it's a good sign. And
Yes.
again, you guys don't even know need any fight training because you are natural fighters. You are not like Tom
Yeah.
Cruise that
Yeah.
would use stunt doubles. Uh,
Yeah. I know.
yeah,
I mean, I would love to get in a movie. That would be amazing if
yeah,
something like that ever happened. And
yes.
sounds like a good way to get paid. So.
Yes, 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 yes. So, Connor, that's that, and I guess what are your plans with your gym? Are you creating more fighters? Do you have any
Yeah.
talent, emerging talent?
Yeah, I got some young guys that I've been training. This kid actually, Jude Voss. So he's probably like my number one guy I got training. But I got other I got Drew Darpin. I got like 4 or 5 guys. And a lot of these guys are like 1 or 2-0 amateurs, so
Mhm,
they're brand new,
mhm,
which is kind of nice. So I can I'm getting kind of early on their career,
mhm.
and I'm just gonna train them up. And I mean I like get just as much out of watching them win a fight than I do myself win a fight. I just really love training. I love being in the room. I love like it's almost making me a better martial artist because like I'm not learning for myself. I'm learning for everybody else and trying to help them to get better, and how I just kind of focus on how to make them better, and it's making me better as well. So
Right.
I just really enjoy it, man. Just gonna focus on this. I started running kids classes again. You know
Mhm,
what I mean? That helps out a lot, and just enjoy that as well. And I just, my original goal when I was a kid was like I want to make it as far as I can from fighting so I can own a gym. And I
mhm.
mean, that was my original goal. So that's what I'm kind of doing. But you know, I always have that itch to back of my, do I want to get back in there and fight? I mean, I will if something makes sense and I'm feeling healthy and I'm feeling ready.
Mhm.
I'll get back in there
Of course.
and for anything.
I mean, the knowledge factor is extremely important because at the
Yes.
end of the day, it is arts, and it's craft,
Yes.
and the knowledge and the the ability to read the game, and then because sometimes I see and I feel that it's just like any other sport. It's all about timing.
Yes.
If you take the emotional aspect out of it, it's just timing your punches and kicks, and just grappling at the right time. So it's a technique, and it needs experience and knowledge, and you have plenty to impart, and
Yep.
the younger guys have energy, and you can direct them in the right direction, and
Yes.
attune it and take it to the next. And now that you have contacts, you can manage them and coach them at the same time as well.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing too. That definitely opened doors. I kind of opened up is like I kind of know people within the UFC now and all that. So like as I get older and I start, I can kind of I know where to bring them. You know what I mean? I'm not the first guy doing that around here, so it's kind of nice to have all those connections. And yeah, it's like these younger guys getting way better, way faster than I did because that's just how the sport goes. You know what I mean? It's just
Right.
progression. So, but it's been really fun, and yeah,
Yeah.
I enjoy every second of it. You know, what I mean, like I like going to fights just as much. So, I'm excited to see what these guys can do. And then right now we're in my parents' basement. That's where my gym is because but eventually, our plan is to build up the business here and move out and get out of here and run a full on gym. But we're just gonna make sure we're sitting good down here before we do that. So when
Yeah.
we get up, we can just
So
hit the ground running.
how far are you from Boston?
About 45 minutes south.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, yeah. Where are you
I
from?
I'm from Queens, New York.
Okay, awesome. Yep, yeah, yep. So not
So,
far.
but that's our hideaway. New Year and everything. Whenever we want to get away from New York, it's Boston, and
Hmm.
then on Halloween, it's the witchcraft
Oh
area
yeah, Salem.
in Salem. That's the Halloween capital of the world, I would say.
Yes.
That's that. But definitely, I would love to sometime visit you and
Oh
you know
yeah,
maybe
welcome always.
discuss these plans in more in detail. Because at the end of the day, it's about money. It's
Yeah.
about uh,
Yep. It
the
is.
numbers and the fight streaks and pound for pound is all bullshit. And at the end of the day, it's
Yeah.
like you're living the dream. It's the lifestyle that you always admired, and
Yeah.
you are enjoying it, and that's the satisfaction that matters at the end of the day.
I totally agree. I 100% I agree. Get to
Because
do what I love every day. You know what I
yeah,
mean? That's the best part. So
that's right. That is like the jamming room for a musician. You have your own
yeah,
studio, and
exactly.
you can step in any time and hone your craft any moment. And then again, like you said, when you're coaching other kids, then you get to learn so much about yourself as well when you pivot. uh, there
It's
yeah, there are so many areas that not only in terms of mental conditioning, but also in terms of technique and in terms of physical training and the resilience aspect of it. It's a lifelong learning curve, I think.
always, man. It's crazy, and it's the martial arts lifestyle. It's just like it's what one of the biggest things I'm kind of getting to do now is like taking some of the people that I've been teaching for a while and now they're helping me teach new students.
Okay.
So it's like so that's what's been a really cool like progression I've seen with inside my own gym. And that's like I feel like that was more rewarding than anything. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's like you're
Right.
really passing on the knowledge and everything. And it's good. It's just awesome. And I just like the community in the gym. It's like it's just but you say, but I agree with you, man. This stuff it is a business at the end of the day. Like I gotta keep the lights on and keep
Right.
the you know what I mean. So but now that I've like the last 4 years or whatever it's been, I've been trying to fight and make it to the UFC. 5 years has been I've been kind of running this on the side, but not really giving it my own passion because I knew I can't really commit to it
Well,
because I'm focused on myself and being a fighter.
uh-huh.
So now that I can kind of legitimately commit to it, I'm
Yeah.
kind of excited. It's like it's just I can take my passion from being a fighter and just apply it to something else
True.
and be competitive almost in that nature. You know what I mean? And like you said, it's like I've done all these other things in my life, like the special forces training, special operations training.
Yeah.
I did the becoming making it to the UFC, and I feel like this is my next idea of like what now I want to make this a super gym, a big gym, and make it the best it can be.
And you never know. Maybe there are some people in Boston who looking out for partnership with you.
Yeah,
Some
who never knows?
so they want to open because the whole world knows that Boston is the home of Dana White, and so in a way home of
Yeah,
UFC as well, because Vegas and Florida and Arizona and New York is
yeah,
for the time zones only. But it all started from Boston. So and again, the Irish community over there and Conor McGregor and all these elements contribute towards the hype.
yeah. I agree. That would be amazing. You know what I mean? Let's take
Yeah.
some
So I
great
think
outside.
I should become your manager and do your business promotion on the side.
All right, let's do it. Let's
Yeah.
go. There we go.
Yeah,
Easy as
sure.
that.
Sure. So
I love
then
that.
what will, because your decoration is also from as a veteran as well. These are all the things that, for example, I'll just give you an idea.
Yep.
For example, if you are the general manager in the UFC gym over here in Long Island,
Yep.
no, their traffic, their footfall is going to multiply by three.
You think so? That much?
Even more than that,
Ah,
because they have a cage over there as well, and they have, well, it's beautiful, but they miss that charisma,
yeah.
a celebrity fighter. And the the current GM is a bodybuilder, and so and then
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. You see that a lot in the UFC gyms. No offense, so they'll be like,
yeah,
I'm like, all right, who's there? It's a UFC label gym. You
yeah,
go in, there's nobody, nothing to do with the UFC in the gyms. You know what I mean? There's nobody. They got like a bodybuilder running there. Like it's like, what's going on here? They need UFC fighters in here.
that's right, that's
It's
right,
it's a smart idea. I don't know why that's like that. I
because
think the
they have.
UFC fighters start their own gyms.
Exactly. Because
Yeah,
they have, because the problem is that there are many BJJ studios,
yeah,
dojos over here, and small operations. But if you just if you are ever in New York, I'll take you there,
yeah,
and you will just see the response, because they conduct so many classes over there, uh,
yep,
and because I go to LA Fitness, and the manager over there invited me, to try it for a week. And
yep.
yeah, but I'm an old guy. I have meniscus tears, and my legs are broken. My from my 5 days, weekend 5 days, my ribs are broken.
What kind of
So
fighting did you do? Kickbox? Oh, you did the
bando,
stick
yeah,
fighting. Is it
bando.
stick fighting,
It's
correct?
not stick, but it's
Uh,
full body contact, and
full
it's
body contact.
yeah, it's
Okay.
banned in Olympics, and it's a blood sport,
Yeah,
way before UFC. And the underground scene in Thailand, especially, is very dangerous.
I
Yeah,
bet.
like actual blood sport that you saw in
Yeah,
Van Damme movies.
that's
So,
crazy.
yeah. So, Connor, I think it was brilliant talking to you, and
Same.
I think we should take this forward. And I will keep in touch with you. I'm gonna share the business ideas with you with
Okay.
regard to the app, because I really need your guidance as to what your motivation is in terms of the base pay for the fighters, and the what kind of split should be reasonable. That
Yeah,
people should feel attracted to in terms of investing in it as well, as a crowdfunding platform plus a combo, because we need to deploy some new tools of business to come up with new structures, because this is becoming dated. This UFC thing was conceived in the days of WWF, basically.
yeah,
And now it's touching towards saturation. That's why they are diversifying in this BJJ contest. I have no idea what it is and why
yeah.
it is there, but it's a good it's a good
And,
sign.
it's crazy. They'll do a BJJ contest, but they don't do a kickboxing or a Muay
Yes,
Thai, little
yes,
gloves Muay Thai world champ. I know. It's
yes.
crazy.
I
It's
mean,
crazy.
I have no idea. And I mean, for example, the slap thing as well. The
Yeah,
slap
that
thing.
that that thing makes me more mad than anything. I'm like in the slap. It's just so bad. It's
Yes,
like you're gonna have like there's no skill into hitting
right.
somebody and getting knocked out. But
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll tell you a quick story. I was in the sauna
Uh-huh.
and the UFC PI, and I'm hanging out with like Little Monster. I don't know if you know her.
Mhm.
She's a fighter, and then another guy. And the guy's like telling me, I was like, oh yeah, I was out getting wasted last night. With my friends and family. And he's like, and tomorrow I'm who's and I'm cutting weight right now for my slap fight for
Mhm.
tomorrow. I'm like, so you got
Wasted.
wasted last night. You dehydrated your head. Now you're
Totally
gonna
wasted. Yeah.
dehydrate yourself more to cut weight, and then
Yeah.
you're gonna go get slapped in the head.
Oh my God.
I was like, what the hell is like these people they have doing these slap fights? It's like that's the kind of person because there's no real I understand getting hit in the head for a living as a job is not the best thing in the world, but like there's some skill to
Yeah.
what I'm doing out there. You know what I mean? It's not
It
like
was
I'm just
basically it was a concept stolen from the Russian prisons, and there were a lot of videos, and I used to watch those videos just for the entertainment aspect of it. And those are the people who are inmates and slapping each other
Did you
in
say
Russia.
Those are from Russian prisons?
That's right.
Is
That's right.
that what all these Russian MMA fighting thing is? Are those Russian prisons? You never see those like videos of these guys like beating the
Exactly.
shit out of each other in
Yeah.
the that all makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, I mean, I've been watching it for last 5 years, 6 years, 7 years on YouTube, and it's
That's
been there.
crazy.
Yeah, and so Dana White, he thought that it's a quicker way of making money. I don't know. One day he's gonna give guns into each other's hand, and it's gonna be like duel in 18th century, or give each other swords, so that's the sharpest or the shortest for violence. So it really, because when you talk of BJJ and wrestling, Greco wrestling, then there is an art involved. There is craft.
Yeah,
There is years of exercise and dedication and practice. And
yeah,
but this slap thing is like
ridiculous.
yeah, it's ridiculous. So, yeah. So, what I was saying is that it was a pleasure talking to you, and thanks once again for your service. And
Thank you.
I think we're gonna utilize. And also, if you want, I can get you connected with the. I know people inside PFL. If you want, I can. Because they would love
I
to do. What did
I
you?
appreciate that. I like I said, PFL is something I did think about. To be honest, and after I like when I get through my firefighter academy and all that stuff. Yeah, we'll see what's up. You know
Okay.
what I mean?
Okay.
I'm a
Because you
fighter.
you still have two
I
two
gotta get
prime years.
myself back in the win column, and I
Yeah.
just gotta let my head heal up a little bit. I can't. I'm not gonna end off on a loss. You know what I mean? That's not happening.
Right, because I went there at MSG when Anthony Pettis was, they
Yeah.
hired him, and then I was seeing Anthony's videos, a recent video in which he was again complaining of the pay as well. So anyway, so do keep in touch, and
I will.
I will
Thank you.
provide you all the summary of the concept paper of the app. And,
Yep.
let's see if we can trigger something, because we are quite independent in terms of social media and technology, and we should deploy it for our own purpose and remove the middleman from it.
All right, brother. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm absolutely down. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you so much,
All
and
right, man. That was a
nice
great time
talking to you.
talking to you.
All right, take care
Take it
then.
easy.
All right,
Later.
bye bye.